Hello, folks. Good morning, and welcome to, well, the third part of the ranged-only run, which is starting in a weird moment because, well, two things. First of all, I mean, I'm hoping this isn't where it started, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume, just due to the fact that I was kind of getting a little delete happy on stuff on the Steam Deck, because, well, I was trying to make some space, because I had picked up a couple things for cheap on the winter sale, and I'm fairly certain I kind of deleted things I should not have deleted. So, anyway, with that being said, yeah, if it starts here, I apologize. If it didn't start here, then this is confusing. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Okay. So, not really too much to mention. You know, I'm going to assume that it probably did get deleted, in which case, yeah, not really too much to say about Balmamusa there. That was a bit of a problem. Yeah, the first couple fights were fairly slow, but nothing really that challenging here. Essentially, we just kind of kept shooting at stuff, and that was about that. Nothing really too crazy there. After this fight is when crafting unlocks, so this is kind of the interesting one. However, there's something interesting about this fight, and actually it's one of the things that gets misunderstood a lot. I know, name a more consistent combination than Tactics, Ogre, and Misunderstandings, but if we take a look at what's going on in this fight here, you may notice one of those complaints you see all the time from newer players, like, "Oh, bro, I totally swear my NPCs got nerfed as soon as they joined me. Oh my god." And basically, all it comes down to is you recruited Lightning unit, they were surrounded by water units at the very start here. Like, they were given an advantage so that you have time to go and reach them, kind of a situation. Anyway, so this is something that the game does a pretty decent bit. In fact, I was going and making a video on the times that, well, on how this game frankly needed a better tutorial. It's actually a little bit baffling that they didn't actually just completely throw out the tutorial and start completely from scratch on that one, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and continue on here. So yeah, not really too much to say in this particular fight. We literally just have to slowly roll forward and, well, roll over everything in our way. There's not really too much of a problem right now. I'm gonna try to get some blowgun ranks on Donalto here, so that he can eventually get access to more finisher coverage and stuff like that. Have the knights do a little bit of crossbow training here. I guess they're just Link now. I guess shout out to anybody that has survived since the Wii days. Dating these videos with every time I speak. But anyway, yeah, it's not going to be anything too crazy. Once crafting unlocks is when we start getting access to a lot more kind of tools in our arsenal here, and the game definitely adapts accordingly, so, I mean, obviously we're going to be going and upgrading our longbows pretty much immediately, but then we'll have other tools kind of on hand as well. But either way, we'll get to that when we get to it. For the moment, though, we did end up getting the Terenius in the last fight. I don't believe I ended up actually changing anyone into one, if I'm not mistaken. So either way, that's, you know, that's a thing. So yeah, Terenius were unlocked, but we didn't quite need them just yet. We'll get there when we get there. Let's see. I mean, really just we need crafting. That's the main thing that we needed access to at this point. Just so we have access to very certain tools, and additionally having more movement options. We're pretty limited up to this point in terms of our movement and whatnot, so we're kind of stuck in this awkward little kind of shindig here where we're just slowly trudging forward only a few steps at a time. Granted, we still will only want to be trudging a few steps at a time for a decently long time here, but eventually, we'll want to switch that around. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I did have Fey Pact on you, because I want to be recruiting that fairy, so that's what we're going to be going for next. In fact, we're just going to go ahead and have him sit still and approach that fairy. So, in case it was actually cut out, what I did end up settling on rules-wise is that we're going to... we're just going to go ahead and consider anything, like if any unit is using a bow, crossbow, anything like that, they're fair game to be used. Basically, any primary weapon that uses the ranged formula, so this includes throwing rocks, for example, for like boulder throws and things like that, which you'd think would be a lot stronger than they are. So that's all fair game. But yeah, we have our boulder throwers and basically everybody else that will use the ranged formula at all. However, for the purpose of consistency, finishers off of ranged units are just fine. So like blowgun finishers and/or bow finishers, crossbow finishers, all of that kind of thing. As long as the primary weapon uses the ranged formula, yes, technically this means that they will be getting a bit of an advantage off those finishers, but for the purpose of the theming of this run, I'm going to leave that in there. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. So, yeah, one shot on you should be decent to get them into recruit range. So all I want from this fight is to go recruit that fairy. From there, we can just sort of figure stuff out. I'm just going to leave everybody firing, and we'll go ahead and spam finishers onto the heavier units in a moment. Should see several of them melted away pretty much immediately. Let's go ahead and pick up this card real quick. Attempts to go blowgun this guy away. Again, he's just kind of going for training at this point. Gonna have him go over here just so the fairy doesn't go collect this bag, and that feels risky. Alright. I think instead of what we're gonna do, he's actually gonna go ahead and, do we want to do that? I feel like finishers are gonna melt those guys down well enough. This guy is being a little bit tanky, and he's going to be a little bit of a problem soon, so I think we're just going to go ahead and break him down right now. Going to actually have him take his full movement over here so that he can definitely get in range with that fairy. I'm very glad that she didn't get finished off there. Really glad I didn't take that shot right now. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we should be able to melt this guy with that defense break now. And then we'll be able to drop all the weighted shots on the next round. There we go. Nice defense you had there. It's gone now. Let's, again, take a little bit of crossbow training on you. Once we get access to our crafted crossbows and things, we'll definitely be seeing better results. As of right now, we can just go ahead and use our breaches, and then once we get their fears, to see stuff get done. Should probably be able to do that right there. You know, we'll just go ahead and take the tremendous, save a shot for later. It is going to put us a little bit behind on our finisher spam, but it is going to see this guy just deleted right now. Perfect. Okay. And let's go ahead and pop one on you. And continue on as they continue on. So it looks like... Okay, actually that's a bit of a problem because Aircell's potentially got an action on that fairy here, which would be a problem. Because I do want to use fairies for this. It may be a weird insistence for this run, but I want to use as many different units as possible. I don't want to just stick to only longbows, but whatever. Hopefully she gets out of range. She does get out of range. That's something. If the knight moves, I might actually just have her get healed up, maybe? And/or we should try to breach somebody. Alright, what's she gonna do? Does she... She does not survive that. Dang it. Well, I guess at least we got a copy of Major Heal, not that we can use it. Did we just finish her off? Tempted to. That was rude, Aircell. That was very rude. Anyway, let's continue on. The entire freaking plan, I had all set up. It was all ready to go. Ruined by some lady that wants to show off that she can kill off a near defenseless unit. Alright. See how it is. Anyway, speaking of stuff that's all shooty-like and whatever else, weird thing happened yesterday. So, you know how there's that that whole like people joke about going to Walmart and kind of experiencing a shooting and stuff like that? That actually happened to me yesterday. So yeah, go figure. So we ended up so we have chickens, right? So those chickens ended up getting attacked. So I'm going over there to go get a friggin' trap or whatnot, just kind of trying to figure out something to go help the ones that were left. And yeah, just a bunch of loud banging noises end up coming out of there, a bunch of people panicking, screaming, whatever else. So, you know, run out of fire escape, go to the car, you know, kind of check in with the family and everything. And yeah, ultimately, you know, didn't really end up exactly seeing what the hell happened there, but end up hearing on the news later, like, yeah, somebody just tried to, like, friggin', I guess, order a hit on somebody or something, and they just kind of got into a shootout in the friggin' checkout lane. Like, like, well, I guess that's just a thing. That's sort of happening over there. Yeah. So that's a real interesting way to sort of end the year there, you know. But yeah, things happen, you know. All right. Anyway, moving on. So continue popping on this one as you do. That's a big number. I don't like that number. Not a particularly handy number for us right now. Alright. So that one gets through. Do we really want to bother with the rest of this, or should I just drop a bunch of finishers on this guy? So I'm kind of figuring we just end this dude and call it good. Because we really don't need much from the rest of these guys. But then again, you know, experience, so we'll see. Maybe I should have just taken the shot on the guy, because that's one of those finishers going now. And before somebody gets upset, yes, the AI took a swing with their cudgel, because, you know, in that particular situation, they didn't have any MP, because they've been healing consistently, because they're a frickin' AI. Alright, we got that out of our system. Okay, let's go ahead and move on then. Alright, you just keep training, that gets parried, that's fine, we still get experience for it being parried. A few more shots over there, and then after this fight, we get our longbow +1s, we switch some people over to Terenites, and then we start seeing some goodness happen. Alright, your fire, your ice, this is a combination made in, well, I guess that's technically A damage. Okay, let's see. How are you looking versus this? Do it, why not? Go ahead and just collect this. Seems decent enough. He's not really getting many of his bonuses right here, just on account of his, you know, short bow. But it's still technically something. Yeah, there's really no point in bothering with this loot and such here. Probably get a little bit of healing going on Canopus so that he can hopefully get some crit finishers rolling. Yeah, that's 92, potentially flexing into something way better. Nothing too fancy here. Fire on the man, please. He should have a second finisher ready to go. Not anytime soon, actually. For some reason, I thought he had about twice that amount. Ooh, well. Alright, you keep popping on this one. Oh, and in case I didn't manage to salvage those first two parts, so the reason that we have Stone and Pebble on the team here was because of Aerosol. I just figured I would get several Earth units together to go snipe Aerosol immediately as that fight went on. Didn't end up even being necessary. Just a couple of the regular finisher units were able to finish her off before they even got there. Not to mention they still don't have their finishers. So that wound up being a completely pointless exercise, but hey, it was amusing. Also, that guy just apparently completely flubbed his entire attack there. You love to see it. Okay. You want to be targeting this one. There you go. Just a little bit more to go. Alright, you target that one. You technically have your Tremendous, but we can save that for later. You want to crit this lady? No? Alright. Alright. I mean, I'm not judging you for not critting. I'm just saying it would have been nice if you did. That's... I mean, I guess that's really about it, you know. No judgment, of course, you know, just, but yeah, it just would have been good, you know. It would have been nice. It's just something that would have been helpful. But, you know, hey, if you don't have the time, I understand. Okay. Let's go and use this. I don't want to waste the breaches for the time being. I know we'll be able to get them more consistently later, but I just don't really want to bother with it right now. Especially when we can just go ahead and drop a few more finishers on him and call it good enough. There we go, 180. This lady still has not gotten her crossbow ranks up. How far are you from that? You're at 8. Still working your way up. Oh well. I'm not too worried about them getting their ranks up. You may have noticed whenever new ranks become available that you can kind of go a little bit above the rank that you're at right now. And this is typically so that you kind of get that speed up bonus over time. So you kind of get it a little bit faster when it's first available. There we go. Alright, you got anything? No. Alright, fire on this one. She just loves parrying. That's... You know what? Good for her. Alright. Let's keep shooting. How are your ranks looking? Is at 27. It's got a few shots to go, but nothing really to fuss over right now. If that crits, it does crit. Alright, fantastic. Good and good. And now we got our crafting unlocks. So we get all of this goodness, we get all of this goodness, we get those familiar marks there, we get a BOS for free, get our On Medicine, which gives us access to crafting in general, get access to Fire Snake, which we can't use. You know, I was tempted to allow Fire Snake for this one, just because it's another thing that's technically kind of mechanically weird, but whatever. Alright, she joined as a guest, fantastic, and now we go to Port Ashton. So let's go ahead and see what we can craft. So, first order of business. We go over here, we go ahead and buy some stuff. And namely, we buy some crafting books, which now exist. Chop-de-chop, chop-de-chop. It's a very, very interesting experience going back into this, and then like after playing some One Vision, it's like, wow, I don't have to make any of those textiles at all. Also, this is why I always say to start off with upgrading your longbows and such, because like, look at this. It's like upgrading the entire party. It's like 5,400 bucks. That's it. Like, that's pretty freaking fantastic. Upgrade all these guys. Yes. Yeah, we get some stone bow +1s. We're going to want at least 3 of those. So a huge chunk of the budget goes to those, but they are amazing. Let's see. Who's got some species? You've got one. We'll go ahead and upgrade one. That's pretty cheap. Leathers. Most of these guys have these, so we'll just go ahead and upgrade those real quick, just for slightly better numbers, but nothing too fancy. We're going to go and sell some of the random armor stacks that we've got laying around, and then upgrade everybody's armor. And that should be really all we need for the time being. Just get rid of this. Do we need those? Not necessarily. We can't use any of these, so we might as well get rid of this whole category. So many satisfying button clicks. Okay. Alright. Next up, all gauntlets. All leathers. Yes, I'm very sure those are going to be one of our most important things. Upgrade those, and then how much to get our pants upgraded at this point? Let's see, one is 840, so we're going to need a little bit more. I'm thinking we probably... we'll get more leather leggings in a minute. So... I mean, like, slops... I would say slops are probably the ones that we want the most of. Whatever, we'll deal with that over time. So we get our instills, we have that. We can't use this, so we might as well sell it. Anything else here? Alright. Shields and such we may use on our other units. I guess, except for the Pelta, we're not really going to see much use out of that. Okay, so let's go over these, go over to our chain pants. We can get 3 of them upgraded. How much are these going to be individually? 790? Alright. Get a couple of them, and then we'll probably want them in some of our faster units. So he's almost ranked up. We're going to go ahead and let him do his thing. You're going to get one of the movement ups. You're going to get the other movement up, for the time being anyway. And then I forgot to upgrade the short bows. Crap. Okay, well, let's see what we can sell consumable-wise. Xenowines. Yeah, I feel like we're going to just go ahead and get rid of that for the moment. Zolias. Okay, for the moment. We'll definitely get more. I know that for sure. Savage Horns. Coral Harps are not going to help us much this time around. They're kind of the main counter to this strategy, actually. Alright. So, go ahead and get that. And additionally, I'm going to pick up 3 more of these, which I know seems like a little bit of a unnecessary expense, but it'll make sense. Alright. No, I guess no real point in bothering to upgrade those. These ones... circlets will want some of later. But for the moment, I need to get some shorts going. Let's go ahead and throw Lily on there, because she's the one that had some higher numbers. Okay, it's not ideal by any means, but it'll do for now. Alright, let's go ahead and save over that, and continue on here to Bordeaux. Actually, wait a minute, hold up. Couple of changes. For one thing, are you staying as Beast Tamer? You're fine as a Beast Tamer for now. Our Knights don't really need to tank for the moment, so I should probably switch them over to TKs. That's going to help speed stuff up here. So you're going to be the first one. You're going to be our second one. We're going to have some of them switch over to Knights later, well, yeah, we'll need some recovery later. For the moment, though, with TKs and whatnot, we should be able to just kind of blitz through. I had to take off their shields temporarily on account of, on account of them using them in training, so had to get rid of that. So we'll go ahead and switch those out. Let's go ahead and get you your Lament. Rampart Aura is fine. Constitution... We can't make use of Pincer, really, so we might as well just use Constitution then. Yeah, Rampart and Constitution. Sounds good to me. We also probably want to give them some healing items, just so they have them, because they will be looking to rely on some of that healing a little more. Actually, Canopus could probably really use one as well. Probably one of the better ones in his case. Maybe replace this Area Ion with a Jewel. And there we go. Did I ever upgrade their crossbows? Yes, I did. Okay. So, the crossbows, unlike the short bows, like, they get a bit of a bump attack-wise, and they do a little bit more damage, but they don't get that, they don't exactly get that same stun bonus that the short bow gets. So, is what it is, but they do get that on the bowgun +1, so we're going to use that on some units here, like, that's going to be Canopus's new bread and butter here. It's going to be his nice, happy pew-pew thing. I would like to have him as a one-handed user, but oh well. For the time being, that's going to be a pretty massive improvement on him, and additionally, once Aircel gets her stuff up to scratch, or rather once she ends up joining the party for good, that's when I'll switch her over to Crossbow there. But for the time being, that's going to be fine as is. Let's see. Stone, you're going to want Tremendous, you're going to want some Constitution, you're going to want some Crossbows. If anybody can get some free training in, they probably should. Alright, do that. And then you, what am I missing on you? Crossbows? Sure. You can probably use Crossbows too, just in case they get shot at. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, no, don't wait a minute, because I was thinking Ways of the Wild, but we get that later. Okay. So for the moment, it's just going to be Canopus with that new setup. Let's see, I would like to see Bradford over here doing some stuff. You know, maybe I should have her as a TK as well. Because are we getting anything out of the warrior right now? Not really. We'll see if we make some more use out of it later. But for the moment, doesn't hurt to have them crossbowing it up as well. Alright, you have that, you have that, you have that. Okay. In fact, we give you that last shield as well. Actually, you're Bradford. You get the fancy shield. Alright. So we have them up front. Remind me what we're looking at here. So this is going to be the ninja fight. Water units are going to be king here. We don't really need any ice units, which is just Cashua, so we're fine. Well, one of our Terror Knights also, but either way, that's fine. Lots and lots of fire here. Air is also going to be pretty beneficial. Okay, first of all, AI, cancel all their AIs. Let's go ahead. I want those two to get training. I'm thinking we maybe bench Denalto for this one. And then we also probably bench Psychic Lady for this one. There we go. Maybe we're overdoing it with the Terror Knights. Maybe, but it should only be a couple finishers to see that one guy smushed, so I wouldn't imagine it's too much of an issue. A lot of the fights against any generic units whatsoever are going to basically be a blender at this point. Because the fear and longbow strategy, it just hard counters them so bad. Like, fear plus the ranged formula just absolutely fucks up anything. Like, anything that isn't officially classed as a boss, anyway. So, there we go. Let's have you go over here, take a bit of a shot at this one. Once we get down to the point of him having his upgraded kind of a buff skill there, his El Colas and all that, he'll be far bigger of a threat. But we'll get there when we get there. For this map, though, it's probably going to be a bit of a shooting gallery. Like, really, we just want to keep Aerosol alive if we can. Otherwise, whatever, we've got more archers. It's not like there's anything particularly too nutty about having her on the team. We might get some extra dialogue. It's not the end of the world. But, alright. Anyway, longbow time. See, and the reason that I like these upgraded longbows for such a dang long time, especially for a run like this, and why I have so many of them in the speedrun and whatever else, is just you get that really, really, really long range, while also just having a very, very cheap to upgrade weapon that lasts a really long time. It's just a great value. Like right now, it doesn't seem like much, but once everything gets rolling, it's pretty significant. Like, your first few shots are a little dinky, but then after that, like, they basically just start turning into the Gatling cannon from FTL. It's nice. Especially once you get those Terenites rolling. But we'll get there as we get there. They're not exactly on the fastest side themselves, but in time they will be good. Go ahead and put the dodge on her, because she's definitely going to get targeted on account of her ice affinity. We'll deal with that when we deal with it. Anyways, in the meantime, all we got to do is just keep on popping shots. As you do. As you do. Alright. And eventually Pebble will get those ranks up. Go for the... Oh, there we go. Good on you, Pebble. You do your thing. Alright. Aerosol's kind of overstretching herself a little bit, but I'm hoping, in time, I'm hoping that we'll see Ch2 just kind of supporting her, and eventually I'm hoping the Terenites can kind of stand next to her, kind of get all of that full bait action going. But for the moment, we're just going to single target fire everything. As soon as finishers are online, we'll then go ahead and dump all of those on one unit. We don't have to keep spending recovery time to keep on moving, so we just keep on firing and firing. If we can get an elemental advantage, we do. If not, oh well. Anyway, pop that. You go and move over here. It's one area blocked. Yeah, having having rampart on these guys is awesome. This kind of helps keep stuff locked in place to make sure you're getting all of your nice happy bonuses. Alright, why don't you go ahead and pop this guy, see if you want to get a stun off. He didn't really feel like it. But the upgrade on power alone for Canopus at this stage of the game anyway is pretty notable. She's going to take a disadvantage on that shot. That's why we're seeing a 1 there. And yes, I will be explaining that what feels like every time, because you just, like, you know somebody's going to get all pissy about that. Like, oh, you should be using casters. It's like, but it's ranged only. Oh, but use casters anyway. Every time. Like, just slow clap. It's okay, buddy. We know you figured out a consistent damage type. It's good for you. Anyway, let's continue going this way. Alright. Yeah, nothing too fancy here. Let's keep on doing the shooty. I really wish that there was the option to very specifically denote what the AI should be doing. To just tell them, just like, sit here and keep firing at this guy. But, oh well. Nice dodge. It's a very nice 4% there. Alright, what are you? Fire? Got any ice around? I don't think so. That's a number. Take it. Also probably move up on this ridge here a little bit so you get some better firing angles as you do. We should actually be seeing... Yeah, we should be seeing some returns out of this pretty soon here. Finisher round is going to be next round. Lots of shots firing out in the meantime, though. Actually, she might as well go for the big finish here. Just gonna use this to creep in that extra damage here. Oh, but they need cards to function, you guys. You sure about that? Alright. There's that fire snake that we were expecting. I don't think that her dodge is actually going to help her out whatsoever versus fire snake there. I didn't look at the odds, but I guess it just doesn't help in this particular case. Which makes sense. It's a magic attack, but oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick up the skilly over here to help her do her thing better. Let's see. We just pop you a little bit. I don't know why I'm trying to pop him straight into a crit card. That would have been a terrible idea. Oh, well. I know. Me doing terrible ideas? Who would have known? Such a thing. That would never happen. Alright. There we go. One on you. Pick up this bag. Actually, yeah, no, we just pick up the bag. I was going to say pick up the fizz card, but whatever. We don't need it. We got advantages. And there's that first lament. Didn't quite want to happen. Dang low-rank lament. How dare you be exactly as you're supposed to be. Alright, we'll go ahead and eat one heal with you so that you stay alive a little bit longer, buy ourselves a little bit of extra time. Then once those finishers get rolling, all the water finishers need to drop on that guy. It's going to be our first TK getting taken down, as they do. Not exactly their fanciest showing here, but whatever. As long as the fight's done, they improve. And then as soon as they get rank 2 of their lament, we should see it performing drastically better, and so on and so forth. Okay. Anyway, take some shots on Captain Dudeman. Pop-de-pop. He won't be able to be hit by fear, so we might as well just take the shots while we got him. Yeah, 140. All we gotta do is take this guy out. No real special drops that we're going for here. You know, ultimately, if we don't end up getting any fairies or whatever else, and we just run with basic units, that would suck, but, I mean, I'm not going to restart the run specifically for that. There's going to be, 100 other runs for that particular purpose, but one thing I'd really like to do is probably just pop into Farampa, go get some fairies, some griffins, all that kind of stuff. But we'll get there over time. Alright. There's our fire guy. You drop one of those. There we are. And then I think our water lady should be able to finish the job if Air Cell doesn't get finished first. Seems like, oh no, she's dead. Oh well. Rippin' pasta lady. Couldn't survive for a few more seconds. Rude. Rude. Well, oh well. Anyway. That's a nice happy damage multiplier over there. Go ahead and take that. Can we just start killing stuff off now, I guess? I mean, maybe. Probably gonna go collect this just on the off chance that it ends up being helpful for us. Yeah, because she does end up dropping all of her equipment, so that would make sense. Nice, not bothering to heal her, Kashwa, thank you. Just gonna go ahead and blame that one on her. Alright, what kind of numbers can we get off this here? Just have him go take his bowgun shot over here. There we go. Man, I'm sure glad they don't do any damage. Alright. So, he gets his critical. And we should see some finishers coming out here pretty soon. Kind of tempted to just finish off the cleric there anyway, just in case he drops anything useful. They tend to drop healing spells a good bit of the time. And also, they tend to build up MP a little bit faster on account of the heavier hits, so that's always nice. And yes, I know that I saw that the arc wasn't quite landing on the guy, but figured, oh well. Just have another follow-up later, and my other hand was busy drinking some coffee, so meh. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, you don't have a finisher yet, so just do that. Fine, fine. Alright, you you do as you do. It's funny how, just due to flat damage shenanigans, it seems like the ninja spells are going to be super overpowered. Like, when you first see them, like, oh shoot, this guy can, like, drop 600s. Like, he's got, like, the one time that this thing's going to be a serious threat to you. Alright. 60. Do-do. That's a little bit rude. There's that 1 second skip that I was mentioning in the quality of life video. So you can interrupt them right before they're going to teleport. Alright, here's some pants, and I guess we'll just go ahead and finish you off. 74, do we get some good footing over here? Are there any good sniping spots? Alright, here works. That'll get us back up to 100%, and there we go. And he's gone! He has done the die. And we get some ninja stuff, and we're going to immediately go sell the ninja stuff, and there was the thing to use recruit skills, which we haven't used this time. Oh, right, that's why I was keeping them as knights. Well, you know what, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. As it stands, we've got basically what we need class-wise. I don't suppose you just got your thingamadeal, did you? Not quite yet. Okay, out of curiosity, this is one of the few cases that I actually would consider using an experience charm, but I guess not. Alright, let's go ahead and save it real quick. And then go ahead and move on to here. Alright. I don't remember what element he was. It's kind of important information. So, way to go on that one. Anyway, Terenites get close. They want to drop the breach. So we'll do that. Probably get some fortifies going, maybe. Anyway, any one of them has to get close. They just kind of drop the best breaches they can at the time. And that should be all we need here. Get some breach, get some finishers, and we go home. It's like many of the more boss fighty kind of fights here are just gonna basically break down to drop breach and get one round of finishers, and we're good to go. I kind of wanted to recruit the Cyclops here, but nah. We'll save that for now. I think I'll just save the recruitments for between parts. It's like after this, Farampa ends up unlocking. I mean, we can just kind of go in there and do that whole thing. This Dragoon, though, does need to die, since I didn't bring recruit skills, so we'll just go ahead and do that the old-fashioned way. I mean, I was gonna just finish off Vice, but I mean, we might as well just do this other stuff too, you know? Can you land that? Yes. Ideally, if the Dragoon here can die as far away from the fight as possible, that would help. Actually, she's a lightning. She should focus on Nyx over here. Alright. It's just, I like using Cyclopes and things. Just not really going to help us out too much in this situation. Because their ranged attack is a nice range attack, and I love their AoE ability and whatnot. But we, A, don't have our Tamer here, and B, well, we can't use any of their casting things. Though, honestly, Howl plus Throwing Rock, that's probably a good enough reason all on their own, but we'll just pick them up the next time that we see one. This fight is not really the ideal place to get one. Like, oftentimes I'll go for this particular guy, but, you know, right now is not really the best time in the world for it. Anyway, put up a basin. And get all these guys all fortified up so that they can hopefully charge in there a little bit better. Yeah, one of those baffling things that I've seen come about yet again recently with the latest kind of like folks coming out of the winter sale and whatnot. It's like you still get the ones that insist like my tank is supposed to tank for the entire party. Why would I use more than one unit type at once? It's like okay, just use more than one unit. I don't know why this needs explaining. It's like if you have a front line, it can't just be one guy. Like, that's an MMO thing. This isn't an MMO. But I don't know what it is about this game in particular that keeps consistently causing those kinds of misunderstandings, but oh well. Anyway, we don't want the healer healing, so you take a shot on them. Take one step backwards. Should be just out of range in this particular case. Alright. deal with the Dragoon. Because I do want somebody running Bowgun plus Slayer. It's going to speed up a whole ton of maps for our situation here. Also, Kashua's choice of going all Kung Fu mode on the party actually ends up helping us out here, because we don't really need healing as of yet, and she is probably going to get completely just... well, she's going to have a bad time in a moment here, but until that happens, it gives us a lot of free shots on everybody else, so, you know. She can distract as much as she wants to distract. She can go ahead and bundle everybody up. Also, a little bit of a scary moment that he just got himself a hold of that, but, well, you want to go ahead and stun this knight, maybe? Alright. Knights are just all about the parry life lately, it seems. Right. Oh, shoot, that's not allowed. Okay, no more shield bashes. I'm not going to reset it because I can't be bothered, but whatever. Same damage as the crossbow anyway. Sorry, I'm a little bit half asleep today, as you can probably tell, but anyway. There she goes. Nice move. Way to play yourself. Alright. As much as I want him targeting the healer, we're going to go for that. That might have been a way to draw out their healer a little bit better, but now that we've got all the TKs kind of starting to approach the front there, we've got several finishers that are looking like they're going to be ready to go. I think we'll be alright. Anyway, next order of business is going to be that guy. Get him out of the way before he's a problem. And now the more that I think about it, now I am kind of tempted to just go ahead and throw the progress out the window in order to get this Cyclops to get that stun effect, but... we'll wait. We'll wait. Get one later. Just gotta be patient. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. It's just fine. Alright. Well, that fear's not helpful. I really should start carrying some grog on everybody, considering that that's one of the few things that really can kind of completely mess up these guys here. Well, we'll deal with that as we will. Is that a physical? That's a magical. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up and take the crit here. Hopefully we can... yeah, because actually him critting Vice would be pretty solid here. Yeah, that's probably a good tile to take. It would also block off a lot of things. Mentally fund yourself. Kind of keep yourself topped off a little bit to get this null card out of the way. You move this way, you move this way. And that should give us some decent openings. And once these guys have access to not quite Rivet, that'll give us some stuff. Alright, good. No crit. Fantastic. Thankfully, due to stat shenanigans, Canopus is probably one of the few... well, that and an elemental advantage. Canopus is probably one of the few that's actually reasonably able to take that exchange there. Anyways, despite the fear, we'll still have enough to finish off this guy. Beautiful. Alright. So TK should be our next priority target. Thankfully, we have multiple Earth units for dealing with him, so we'll start handling that now. Or do we just want to take regular shots? I think we might as well just take regular shots. Gonna bank up MP for the moment. Because if all else fails with Vice there, I want the option to take him out some other way. Alright, you're not gonna have that option. So just go ahead and drop one of these on you. Didn't get the leaden, but that's okay. That's still kind of okay. just go ahead and drop that on you, because I don't want him doing anything too serious, like going around our lines here. Right, let's see. No shot of hitting that one, but you can potentially go bully this one a little bit. No point in targeting that one. And actually, you can just assist with this guy, too. So just do it. Go ahead and block off this tile with the dragon. Should cause him to take a little bit of a longer loop around. Once the fear ends up catching hold in this particular area, we should be able to do a little bit more there. And set up this little diagonal here, so it gives him a little bit of an awkward diagonal. There we go. Is this worth taking? If you take that, do you have this shot? You do. Okay. It's probably worth taking because they're just going to get trapped in the net there, and if they do, that's actually potentially several laments that can break them down. Alright. This is fine. As it stands, this is just fine. That's less ideal, but well. There's that Heart Crusher. And once again, that would be an elemental advantage. Alright. Actually, I wonder if we can backshot this guy here. So we do this. That should be pretty good. That's only 81. Can you headshot this one? Go for it. Beautiful. Alright. So that's them gone. You want to lament those two? Thank you kindly. It's at least something. Go ahead and breach, because this knight is a little bit annoying. Get them kind of pushed out of the way here. Yeah. Only 181, but he's not really doing much else right now, so just do it. Beautiful. Push him out of the way. Actually, he's going to go ahead and try to delay this TK a little bit longer in case we can't finish him off. Though I'm pretty sure we're fine there. We'll see. Dude's over there taking our cash. Alright, 252, but that's being resisted right now. Yes. One of these and one regular shot should see this guy dead. Because, yeah, they're being resisted there. And dealt with. Alright. No advantages, but just a regular shot should be fine there. They've got the full defense break combo, so pick up that. Probably have her start working on the archer next round. You're neutral, so you're also pretty good there. And then other archer guy should be able to finish that knight off. Okay. Is that a finish? That is exactly a finish. Beautiful. It's like, this is what I mean when I say that that it feels like this game was designed by number geniuses, because it feels like so much so compared with the PSP version. Like, there's all these little moments of the numbers lining up just right if you're playing well. It's very satisfying. Anyway, in this particular case, we're going to take a quick little break in our lines here, because I want to take advantage of this. We have a potentially very good shot coming out of Canopus. Want to try to break this guy down as much as possible. So we're actually, wait a minute, is he death-proof yet? Yes, he is death-proof, so he's going to have that knockback immunity. Alright, you get a shot on this guy then? Take it. Alright, you're going to go over here. Go ahead and block that. Alright, that's 157 with this. I think he should be able to still make the shot. Want to crit that? Not quite. That's a bummer. Oh well. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get that TK up then. Unfortunately, Canopus is probably going to get taken out here, but let's see if we can maybe move some other shenanigans around. Because I'd like to see this archer gone next, so we'll go ahead and breach her too. Alright, so I'm hoping we've bought a little bit more time by having her over there. Let's see, you've got a decent one, you've got a kind of iffy one. Whatever, deal with this archer before she starts dropping finishers on people. Not even entirely sure if she has them, but still. You know, get the job done, as it were. Alright.
Next up, you've got one of these, so anyone with a finisher needs to drop that on Vice right now, because they've got some pretty solid multipliers for them. There we are. One on you. Well, she's also the perfect one for this, so there's that too. Yeah. There we go. That's alright. His breach will last, and she'll be able to take advantage of that next round. In fact, she actually should be able to tank a hit, and additionally might be able to move some of their attention around by moving over this way. This not only gives us access to the loot bag with all the drops and whatnot, but this also gives us potentially them splitting their units 3 ways, which would help a lot. Okay. So let's go move you 1 tile. Got everybody all nice and clumped up there. They have no healing left. Not anything too noticeable anyway. He's gonna go... Perfect. I will take that. Take that gladly. Okay. Alright, just take a normal shot. Yeah, he'll have his finisher ready to go next round, and thankfully, due to all these split attention... Is that gonna be it? Yep. That's the checkmate right there. Just because they were too busy taking out all the TKs and moving all their people around that they just decided not to finish off Canopus because of his slightly high resistance. Fantastic. Alright. Get the last of our units to their level cap. Anything useful there? Not really. It's Shadow Break. Yeah, Shadow Break and Back Attack. 2 skills that absolutely just... There's pretty much never a reason to use. Okay. So at this point, Warren Report opens up. With this stuff, we get Farampa, which means that we have access to new unit types. I'm going to wait until the end of this part here to go get those unit types. Next up is Chrysero. We ideally want some wind units here. Also, I'm going to swap out Lily for a Psychic Lady here, just so we get her a little bit more training and such. Just so that we have that there. Alright. Just kind of get her a little bit more caught up. This map's relatively simple. Oh, actually, that could be a problem. Alright, do we have any breach bottles left on anybody? Okay, you. I need to give that up, swap that out for a heal for the time being. I'm gonna assume... Okay, we're just gonna make this easy and put it on Bradford. So they need to be the one that gets in there and delivers that bottle. For some reason I thought I'd stocked up on more than that, but oh well. So, this particular fight, as I was showing in a thing a while ago, is not too complicated. All we want to do to get through it pretty quick. So we have Canopus run around, collect some buffs and things, at which point we just drop a breach, and yeah, that's kind of about it. Should be able to finish the job pretty quick here. So we're going to take quick movements to try to get a spot next to those buildings over there. And yeah, ideally we'd be using a recruit here, but we're not going to this time. Alright. Bernard, there's you. Whatever, just start taking shots. It's really only Canopus that needs to actually go get that stuff down there. So if we just want to take some shots for training and we're plink, then we'll be all good to go. Yeah, I think this might have to be the last one for today, because throat is not doing so good. Yeah, it's nice, not exactly nice getting the certain fun disease from the 2020 flavor disease all freaking over again. Yeah, never know when it decides to show back up. It's kind of a literal pain in the neck. But oh well, oh well, oh well. Okay. Alright. Got one lightning, no water units in range, just take some shots somewhere. Somewhere over the newly created rainbow, I suppose. We'll just target those berserkers. That's fine too.
But yeah, notable thing about archers is that they're kind of like clerics, in that it doesn't really necessarily always matter. Like, while they can be, you know, good at doing large individual numbers when the numbers line up, in the meantime, if they're not really moving anywhere, they're not exactly spending a whole lot of movement time. So you can just kind of keep on volley firing and you're all good. Like, how the hell many times has this guy been hit before he can even react? Quite a few times. But anyway, let's go pick up this physical. Dandy dandy. Maybe go pick up that crit as well. Let's go ahead and carve through these guys. Why not? And then once he ends up, once he gets a little bit higher there, we'll be able to make that number stretch a decent bit farther too. As soon as we get his one skill there, his instill ability. Probably shouldn't be firing on phalanx units, but whatever. Again, this is all just like, we carry Canopus over to the finish line. That's entirely what we're trying to do here. Everything else is optional. I mean, hell, there's a pretty non-zero chance at this point that we may not even bother with a lot of the frontliners doing their frontline thing. But we'll see. Okay, pop there. They've got their first finishers. That should give them a nice little little punch whenever they need it. And then hopefully they just drop a bunch of laments that breaks down that front line. Then we just churn our way through and then proceed to go deliver the thing where we need to deliver it. In the meantime, regular longbow shots should see that guy taken out. Let's maybe actually move you over here, because there's a very meaty shot on this archer for you to consider. Beautiful. Alright. So while you're working on that, everybody else keeps working on this guy over here. It's a very eventful run where we target that one guy that we do extra damage to. But it is weirdly relaxing. Like, there's something very satisfying about using kind of ranged setups in this one. It's like, it feels very similar to if you've ever played like AoE 2. It's like how you're going and getting all of your longbows on, like, we need this one guy over here to awkwardly mess up their formation in some way. This feels good, man. Alright, anyway. Oh, I don't know why I shot at him. Oh well, it's fine. Go ahead and squeak your way forward. You... You know, I think we'll just go take the crit on you, actually. Take the crit, take the heal. Because he took a decent bit more punishment than I would have liked there. And we'll just go ahead and continue having you carry the fight in a moment. Because while he is our biggest damage dealer, it's more important that he gets to where he needs to be. Alright, do that. Yeah, Dullbind, pretty solid little punchy. And here I was hoping to not have to edit anything. I ran out of space again. This is why I'm so happy when I get to delete things. Anyhow, I guess shoot this guy. Bop. And then the man was, well, got a shot with a crossbow. So, there's that. Alright. Any darn ways. What else we got here? I mean, they're doing those things. That's sort of amusing, I suppose. You doing anything interesting? You're just shooting that way? Alright. Cool. Thank you, Ch2, for being our free damage sponge of this particular chapter. Alright, you take a few steps forward. Got any lightning guys over here? Not really. Alright, whatever. Just finish or something. You're... Oh, that's the wrong something. Don't finish that something. We need that something. I should probably, yeah. Should probably accept that my brain is not working at 100% right now, but, ooh well. Ooh well. Alright. They do one of them. He does one of those, where he goes in that direction, and things certainly occur there, I guess. Here. Let's... Longbow on y'all. There we go. Do we take the crit card? I feel like he just takes the MP card. Like, even though he's deliberately, you know, he's definitely got a disadvantage against most of these guys, they also seem to be folding pretty easily, so let's go ahead and pop one of these, and then as soon as their fear kicks in, that's when we'll be able to get the regular longbow shots, just taking them down. Let's see, anything extra for Canopus to pick up? Not yet. That one's almost ready to go, though. Whatever happened to... Oh, there's the Ice Knight. It's like, what the hell happened to the Ice Knight? Just completely whiffed that she's there. You're lightning, you're water. That would look pretty good, but we're not going to do that. Just do one of these. Plop. Alright, we've got a crit there for anybody that needs it. We've got our one healing guy, and this is basically why we want to... why we want to take the damage reducing approach, because we will be able to take this guy down, but really want to get Canopus decently set up before then. And he'll just take a few shots here and there. Probably go and start wrapping up the rest. There we go. Well, almost there we go anyway. Let's see. Just regular shot on you. Go ahead and pick up this auto card so that we actually hopefully see more of your laments happening. Pretty much ranks 2 and beyond, we'll see far more reliable results out of Lament, because I believe, let's see, 70, 60, 50. It's probably something of a coin flip right now to actually succeed. Forget about the specifics, but anyway, the odds will get better. There we go, a little bit more training for you. Actually, now that she's unlocked her first finisher threshold, it seems like she's actually doing pretty good damage to that soldier guy too. Not Canopus, but Cashua continuing to sponge effectively. Alright, can you get that guy? Not quite yet. You can go pick up this crit. Even though she doesn't really have any advantages here, we'll just see if she wants to get an advantage out of that. Beautiful. Like, that's why I love one-handed crossbows. They don't seem like much until they're very much. Okay, there's a nice happy card there. You just target this one. If there's any way to block that unit from taking it, I would like Canopus to get it. If not, we might just lose it to the NPCs, but oh well. Hopefully we can get the knight to go attack somewhere else. We'll see. Alright, any fire? No, but you're also water. We want that caster gone, ideally. Not any particular reason why she has to be the one that is gone, it's just she is there, and she is currently in front of us, so we shoot! That applies to most of everybody over there, but especially this one, for reasons. There we go. Nice and gone. When's that knight gonna move? A little bit after our TKs. I'm figuring if we move one of our TKs out of the way, if we maybe get that one archer up there to move, hopefully they shouldn't have any chance to actually go pick up that card at all. Man, that's even with resisted stuff, so that's pretty solid. Yeah, we can just start working on Ferelden. Alright. One tile forward. Maybe it'll bait him to get closer. I might just go pick up the physical card on somebody else and just have Canopus start taking shots. Actually, we got the extra crit, so we might as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gotta love, like, just the fact that it also stuns. There's just something beautifully disrespectful about that. It's like, it'll either completely outright finish off a guy, or it'll make their day really suck. It's nice. I love the bowgun. Like, the bowgun and basic longbow, like, when upgraded, are probably some of my favorite weapons in this game. Just because, like, out of nowhere, they're amazing. Alright. That's that little group more or less trapped in. We should be able to get some healing off of Cashra for our TK, so they're probably safe where they are. Actually, if you pick up this, you might have a pretty decent shot on this one. Yes? No? No? Well, then don't bother. Because that's the main reason I'd want you to go pick that up. Alright, go do that. Beautiful. Alright, you, however... Actually, it might be good where you are. Yeah, just be good where you are. That's fine. You can also be good where you are. Fire. It feels like you're a useful thing to... do we really... actually, yeah, we can actually have him block this one over here. So you finish off this one, you go ahead and block off that, that card. Let's see, we should be able to... yeah, we should be able to block this tile right here. Which then prevents movement over in that direction. Let's see, you can't do anything to that one just yet. He can be something of a threat to that guy. Which might as well be. There we go. Neat. It's going to prevent him from moving anywhere. Alright, we can work a little bit more on Pharrell here. Probably pick up the... you know what, just go ahead and pick up this one in the meantime. There we are. Let's see, any water units within range? Yes. Good. Man, imagine being a, like, shitty wizard and you gotta actually spend MP to do those numbers. Alright. Failed to skip the cutscene. Alright. Yeah, I should probably get some sleep after this. Okay. That. Right, well, he's not breached as of yet, but... do you have a line on this one? Yes. Would have been nice to see that double crit action, but oh well. As it stands, nobody's been knocked out, so we're not really on any kind of death timer right now. So we got Pharrell there, we've got a breach over here, make that happen. Thank you kindly. Move over here so that they're tempted to go in this direction, pick up some free crap because we can. Man, it is really not feeling like doing much today, is it? Alright. Change of plans because Canopus is not going to bother to get around to this card. Just go ahead and grab it. Start doing this then. Thank you for the dodge. Kindly appreciated. Okay. Alright. Yeah, just regular shots right there will do the trick. Kind of hilarious to see them go target themselves like that. Alright, one more dark weight on you because of that breach. And we should be done with this fight in basically no time. Alright, one neutral on you. Good. You should be able to actually potentially finish it off right here. Like, he's resisted, but he does have a crit card. Actually, no, he didn't pick up the crit card. He picked up the physical instead. But he is getting through because of the breach. Okay. There we go, that's that. Canopus didn't even need to do anything. He's just over there sitting all disappointed like, man, I was about to go hit that guy. Would have been so cool, too. I probably would have done this big number and everything. Everybody else already shot him dead before I could do anything. Man. Alright. Alright, went up to 17. Little on the edge of 17. Alright, first things first before I forget. Yes, give us cash. We would like to buy egregious amounts of liquor, please. Where's your local liquor store? We gotta get everybody blackout drunk. Alright, 21 of them. Sounds good. I know I meant to end it right there, but screw it. We are just marching onwards. Don't know what elements we're looking at. We'll find that out in a moment. We're gonna go ahead and probably just pop Canopus in the face. Actually, no. Do we want? I kind of want the casual arguing with Sustain a cutscene. We'll see. Let's let's see. Darza is... Okay, we need some ice. Well, good luck with that one. Okay, instead... Oh, shoot, there's chickens, too, and I forgot to save before this. Well, whatever. We'll get chickens later. Just keep on keeping on. There we go. As long as we get rid of the chicken round 1, that gives us a solid amount of options. If we save Bayan, that gives us the opportunity to go get that second cutscene. That might be interesting. Also, it's still baffling how so many of these guys run orcs, despite the fact that they literally can't get them unless they have a lich. And those are not that common. So I just like to imagine that there's just some, like, organization of freelance liches just going and recruiting orcs for people somewhere. But, oh well. Just sort of integrated into society somehow. The cool thing about longbows is that you can just kind of outrange everything. Get half their health gone before they get close, get the rest of their health gone once they are not close. And yeah, it's good times. Alright. As they heal the chicken, which is kind of rude. Oh shoot, I forgot to take Fulkert's crap away. That's fine. He shouldn't have any too terribly meaningful impact on the fight anyway. Alright. Yeah, do that. Alright, you get this dude. He's probably got a shield by the looks of it. You're ice. Cold as ice. I guess just shoot at this dude. Really can't wait till they get Brimstone Hail and we can just start friggin' AoE spamming, but all things in time, all things in time. Okay. Some Spark Sphere action, some of this guy doing his... whatever he's doing. Is he a wizard or something? I feel like he's a wizard or something. I never actually checked if you get Patriarch, if you ever run into a Patriarch earlier. Like, I'm sure he's just a wizard, right? Yeah, he is. It might be interesting to run into an early Patriarch, but that is not what we're seeing right there. Alright. Any shots on these dudes? Got one on this guy. That's experience. Actually, surprisingly decent dodge odds on these guys. Okay. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and start retreating now, so that hopefully we can start dragging some of them in. Drop a few finishers in and all that. TKs are taking a pretty unfortunate amount of punishment right now. But I'd like to see this chicken gone before they can become a threat. If they start getting those breath moves off, we're going to have a problem. Thankfully, we only got the one chicken this time. Depending on the scenarios, you can get 3, and those situations are unfortunate. I forget specifically, like, I think you can get... Actually, no, I think it's 2 to 3 on this one. I think it's guaranteed 3 on neutral. Like, neutral fortress here is not a fun time. If you're a fan, or if you're not a fan of just losing everybody to chickens. Alright, pop there. Use temporary stat advantage to go pick up this card here. Oh yes, that's the stuff. Okay, finish off chicken. There we go. Beautiful. I'm sure we might have been able to do that next round too, but that's just nicer. There's the Lament. You're going to move over here and take a nice beefy advantage on this one over here. Yeah, it could have been fancier, but whatever, that'll do the job. Alright. What's your shots on this? As the disk space runs out again. Alright. You go just grab this one, I guess. Anyways, with Lament triggering, that should give us a pretty big opening to start crashing through here. And then, as soon as we've got our dude guy getting close, we can go ahead and start wrapping stuff up. Tremendous. I guess you've got a shot on him. Though I do like that he's resistant to the archers. That's a fun little difference there. There we go. We must have hit his round 3. So let's get close, as you do. And I need to remember to take away Folkert's thingamajig after this. Yeah, that guy's shield is still taking, is still pushing him past here. Unfortunately, she was resisted, but you should be neutral. There we are. Get this guy out of the way. Alright, let's see, though. Yeah, get her gone. Deleted. I'll go ahead and pull him back a little bit so he's not getting as threatened. Alright, yeah, that guy's just really, really resistant to everything that we're bringing to the table. Anyway, though, do we necessarily need Folkert? I think we do need Folkert to survive this one, to get the cutscene I'm thinking of. We'll see, though. I mean, it looks like he's probably going to survive, but he almost always survives, but then you always have those moments, you know? Here, you want to just finish off this dude? There we are. Does he have his thing yet? No, he almost has his finisher. Wow, that's a lot of stuff on that one. Alright, you pick up the skill card. Get a few little Shanma deals going here. It's not going to be anything super impressive right now, but it should be something. Because they will get knocked out eventually. Right now they're just sort of buying time. So any pieces we can get taken off the board will help. You want to finish them? They can't finish them. That's fine. One of the cool benefits about using TKs in this particular context, though, is just the fact that their speed actually helps them out quite a decent bit. Just because, like in any other circumstance, they'd be trying to save their turns and time and whatever else. But due to the fact that they're kind of naturally slow, their bleed out timer is very extensively long. Which, I mean, it's a weird way to advertise a class to say that they die good, but anyway. Here, let's probably move you up here. Continue bullying this guy a little bit. There we are. Get you up. Alright, no real bonuses for him to take advantage, so you're going to move right there. Do we get the Lament? We do. No benefit out of it that time. It's fine, these things will happen or not. Alright, Darza's in a bit of an awkward position, though. So we're gonna try to just mentally up and try to charge Valen forward. I don't expect her to succeed, but weirder things have happened. Anyway, can you reach him? Yes, it's only an 80, but it's something for now. Like, they're not really gonna bother healing too much at this phase of the game, so we just kind of drop finishers when we got them. Looks like we're not going to see anything out of that one. Yeah, just going to leave you where you are for the moment. Now, if you phalanxes, he's fine. Probably should have attacked that guy. Alright. Next finisher, still another 82. He won't really be able to be too helpful there, but let's target this guy for the moment. Okay. So, hopefully after Canopus moves, we should have a far easier time getting into position. Bayan might have a problem where he is right now. We'll see. Kind of thinking what makes sense is to actually get this one back up on her feet immediately. Laments, and then goes for the breach. I don't know if she'll have the jump to do it. No, she's got 3 jumps, so maybe.
just going to go for it anyway. And then, if it doesn't work out, he's just up here sniping down on everybody who hopefully can't reach him anymore. Alright, we get the Lament. Wait, seriously? The Lament actually hits Bayan? That's hilarious. Alright, so she can't quite get into position just yet because he's, I guess, counting as neutral for some reason. Anyway, that's potentially very bad for us, though. Alright. So I guess we're actually going to be skipping that fight then, because he's more than likely immediately going to die now. Like, this won't affect his offense that much, but as far as him not immediately getting melted by the first bow that fires, that's a completely different story. Anyway, thankfully, though, we still managed to get this through, so now we just kind of spam finishers wherever we got them. Though, yeah, Bayan's odds of surviving this are pretty minimal right now. Yeah, it doesn't matter. She already got her, she already got the job done. You're just delaying the inevitable. There we go. The football has been delivered. Alright, beautiful. I can't manage that shot, but that's a nice happy shot right there. Awesome. Alright, Stone, you want to see this guy taken care of, please? Thank you. Ah, you love to see it. You love to see it. You just completely melt like butter whenever this happens. Alright. This one want to go down too? Sure. There's another one down. Sir, your pirates appear to have disappeared. They appear to have deserted life itself. Right, just take one over on this guy. Yeah, he's gone. Well, rip. Moving on. Oh well. Oh well. We don't get the arguing cutscene. Alright, one more down. Darza's about halfway at the moment. As soon as Canopus gets involved, that number should change. We'll get there when we get there. Rude. Stole our gloves. Maybe we were cold. Maybe we wanted those. I mean, we didn't, but if we did, it would certainly be an option. Okay. Do that. Sure. Some of those. That's Tim deleted. Alright. There we go. A slight difference the right time and place and setup can make there. Alright, we got some fancies, we got some blowguns, and now we go ahead and put Mr. Donnie back in the party. Probably should have done that before this one so that we could get a chicken, but oh well. Anyway, so no news on Sistina then. Alright. So, let's go and replace you with you. You got your bottles, you're gonna get 2 bottles then. Should have upgraded his blowgun, we'll do that later. Alright, what do we got in here? Nothing to really make use of with him. Let's see. Swap you over this way. Swap you over this way. You go this way, this way, this way, and we're good to go. Alright. Crunchy chair makes crunchy noises in the background. I forgot to... whatever. I forgot Fulgrid. It's fine. Whatever. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Alright. You go this way. Roll for the stun here. Didn't get the stun, but oh well. Alright, you go ahead and break this box. Nothing too helpful. Well, I guess potentially helpful. pick it up, punch the next box open. That'll help out for the TKs, but it's kind of an awkward place for them to go. Alright. But either way, this is also yet another map where it's just nice to have longbows, because all you gotta do is drag him out about halfway across the map. It doesn't even have to go all the way, and then you just drop a bunch of arrows on him, even as he is. Like, no real breach needed. They'll be just fine once they get there. If you do apply a breach, it's just kind of curtains for him at that point. You're gonna go this way. He's gonna be our way to throw breach in there. So the way that you kind of want to maneuver around these... actually, yeah, you're just gonna go this way. A little bit of an awkward movement, but it's fine. But the way you want to maneuver around these golems over here is they want to kind of run right into their face until eventually they want to reposition somewhere else, and then you move slightly forward. So if you're ever wondering why I'm always having somebody go and just like directly stare them in the face and just take hits, that's why. Because eventually the AI will get antsy, it'll try to relocate somewhere else, and at that point you can just kind of capitalize and move on forward. Alright. Also, apparently we got Discount Vice over there, he's voice. Shank, shank. Alright. You stay where you are. You reposition right here. Ideally we focus down this, this ninja here. Alright, you continue to wait. Again, we're just gonna hope that the golems reposition into a more convenient position. It's gonna bide our time in the meantime. Eventually, Dagon will decide to run himself forward, as leaders often do. Just kind of sit and let his flunkies do that first. But in time, we'll get there. Alright, you wait. You also wait. We'll have to start incorporating some new shenanigans here in a moment. Alright, one shot over here. Pick up this one. As soon as we get Denault over there to chuck the football, I think we'll be golden. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Because plan B here is to break through this ninja here and just get everybody in position to go fire on this guy. Alright. Take a couple steps backward, fire on him from here. Okay, well this guy is deciding to be a complete pain then. I suppose if we take a few more steps backward, though, that does give us a few more maneuver options. Small blessings, I guess. Alright. Alright. Actually, it works out, because if he gets his finisher trained up here, that's something. Alright, complete waste of your dervish, but okay. We got the heal, we got our dude coming up, there we go. Golem's repositioned. Are we within football range yet? Not quite. Oh well. He's gonna heal himself up for safety. Get ready to football. Right, you break through here. I probably should have moved him forward there, actually. So, the thing with the Dagon is that he'll oftentimes move forward and then immediately retreat, so we basically have like a round or two to quickly cut him off here. Can drop some damage there, but I would prefer to see this guy gone so that we can get into some better positions. Alright, you can at least take a scratch shot on him. Go pick up this crit. Give him a little bit more position over there on the left.
Hopefully they decide to take it. They didn't, but they did hop in the hole, which works out just as well. Alright. Take a little bit of training. Okay, there's our lament, and this should be our big breakthrough here. Because at this point, she goes in, takes her juice, just kind of marches forward, takes a forward position here. We've now got 3 units locked up on the right side. Ninjas won't be really doing a whole lot here. Even though stuff isn't quite broken yet. Oh, there we go. This actually works out very well. Maybe we don't need that breach after all. Okay. Well, in that case, forget all the other planning. You want to just go ahead and wrap this up then? And we're done here. Alright, cool. Cool story, buddy. Real shame about your family. Anyway, moving on. I always love that the male archers have the, like, RoboCop vest, like the old-timey, like, 90s cop vests that I'm not sure anybody actually ever wore, but they had them in every movie ever for some reason. Alright. Anyway, that's that part done. Let's actually remember to save it for once. Then go to Bode. Things bode fantastically.
I'm Barkrum, if you haven't forgotten.
No, you're Folkert.
I bear no enmity for the Bakram.
Okay. So, he'll go ahead and join now. He'll be our new recruiter, I think. Man among friends, the one friend that survived. Well, whoops. Anywho, actually, come to think of it, how would you like to be our new Dragoon? Because we're not really chattering too much with people, and I usually have Folkert as a Dragoon. Just the gold armor makes it easy to tell them apart there. And we've already got bowguns, so, eh. Alright, you got these. Upgrade some stuff for you in a moment, give you Vitality Ring. Yeah, Balder Helms are fine. Alright. Dragon Slayer, Beast Slayer, Crossbow. That's basically all you're going to need. There we go, the classic build here. Actually, for that matter, I may as well just give him Siege. Because that actually would work out pretty decently for this. In fact, we're actually going to go back to Goliath real quick. I know, Folkert, all your people died because we're running away, which is why we're going to run backwards now. Alright. First of all, upgrade everybody's pants. Beautiful. Chain leggings are very cheap to upgrade, thankfully. Upgrade all those, and if anybody's using anything else, oh well. Upgrade everyone's chains, and then what the hell was I here for? Oh yeah, I was actually just here for upgrading stuff. However, if we go over to these, are there any... Frog Dart feels like it would be pretty helpful. Alright, just give him his I guess Wart Dart also would be pretty good. Alright, we'll have that, and then additionally, did we get ninjas yet? Just in case we did, I'm going to pick up Envenom. Or Bridle and everything else. Like, they can't use all the moves, but auto poisons I don't consider to be, like, I just consider them to be an innate part of the ninja class. If we don't have any poison shots yet, though, I don't know. Anyway, we'll be doing Archivalus next time. I gotta get going. So, y'all have yourselves a good one. Thanks for stopping by. We'll, you know, we're not going to do this by chapter. I'm just going to kind of continue on through the end of this, straight into chapter 3, and then we'll just kind of go from there next time around. Okay, see you there.